Hi, everyone. We are working very hard to get Parallel to Anywhere out for everyone by early next year, but a lot of people on our Discord server asked some really fun questions to us, and we are going to do a Q&A, both as the production crew and in character. I have brought along some people who've been helping with the production of the show, as well as who are going to be lending their voices to it. And it should be a good time. As for myself, I'm B, I use he, him pronouns, and I play Treff in the show, and also do a lot of the writing. Next down in the call, Juno.
Yeah, I'm Juno. I use they, them pronouns. I'm a part of the production team. I did all the character reference arts for all the good kids. I help out with a lot of stuff, more behind the scenes. But yeah.
Midnight.
Hi, I am Midnight. I voice Rosara in the podcast. I help in the back end in that B yells at me about things and I go, cool shit, bro.
Yeah.
And then we continue on with our lives. That's my job.
And pronouns.
She, her.
Neat. And Mo.
Hey, I'm Mo. I use they, them pronouns, and I voice Parent.
Yeah.
Super
exciting. So, I think that's enough to start us off. Juno is going to be asking the questions as well as chiming in when things kind of fall into their neck of the woods with production. So
yes, I will be your host for the evening.
Yeah.
Anything anyone else want to get off the table before we start questions?
I mean, thank everyone for putting in a question, and thank you all for listening. We're trying to get the first episode of the podcast out soon, so
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for supporting the project.
Yeah, and if you want to be in a situation where you could ask these questions next time, join our Discord server. The link will be in the places.
Yeah, it's a fun time.
Yeah. Okay. Juno, I think that's enough.
Yeah, let's start with the production side of things. First question by Prince of Rats. Are you drinking enough water? Maybe getting enough rest? This is a very important one for me. I knew you were going to do that. We've discussed
There was a long-running enmity, I think is the word, between Juno and I, and that Juno will always ask if I have gotten hydration, and I, in response, will loudly crack a pop can into the mic and say, it's good, it's got water in it. The answer is no, I don't sleep enough.
Listen,
I'm tired.
We're gonna finish up call here, and everyone is gonna drink a gallon of water and go straight to bed. Doctor's orders. Prepare yourselves.
How are you doing on the hydration and rest side, Mo?
I literally just drank some water.
Good.
Chaotic good versus chaotic evil.
Exactly.
Listen. We all have a little bit of chaotic evil deep within our souls, and mine is specifically doing this to Juno.
Every time. It happens every time.
Every time.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that one member of the Parallel to Anywhere production team outside of Juno takes proper care of themselves, Mo.
Good.
Because it's not B or I.
Nope.
No.
My vice is the lack of sleep, admittedly. What about you, Mo? How's the sleep part?
About that.
Nobody's perfect. It's fine.
It's fine. We're trying. Maybe.
Look, we're all
Midnight's not trying, but...
No, I'm actively not trying.
Look, if the last 2 years didn't make you nocturnal, I don't know how you managed to cope.
That's very valid.
Exactly.
The daytime is for doing the things I don't want to do. The nighttime is for doing the things I want to do. Therefore, the nighttime, I spend more time.
Exactly.
That's fair.
That's fair. Okay, I think we have effectively answered that question.
Answered that question. Next question by a random schmuck to the producers. What is your favorite monster in D&D from any official book?
So Mo, I don't know if you've played D&D. Is the funny thing about this?
I know nothing.
So I
What's your
am
favorite
legally
fantasy monster then?
Yeah,
just pick
yeah.
fantasy monsters. Chances are you will hit a D&D monster if you just say a random fantasy monster.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I will go first, and then we will let
Yeah.
Mo think about it. So, I legally have to say dragons.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It's my legal obligation because I love dragons and they're the best. If we're talking about something I might actually use, like to throw against my players, because I'm not mean enough to put them up against a CR24 dragon. My favorite is the aboleth.
Aboleth's
Because
cool.
it's just a good boy. Just a good turn you into a fish, see all the memories of the universe boy. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
We hate Lovecraft, but we love Lovecraftian monsters.
Yes.
See, I was so tempted to go with like one of the most obscure creatures just to like not help Mo in the slightest.
Oh my god!
But like, in the more fantasy range that people know about, I think I have a lot of fun with like ghosts and like the undead. Like I think I do a lot with those when I run stuff. I think those tend to be cool both in like vibes and in storytelling potential. Like you could do a lot with ghost fiction. If I had to get specific, I really like the Starrsworn, but that's
Fear.
my that's my advice. But yeah, Mo, if you want to answer just like anything that's in traditional like fantasy novels, when you think the fantasy genre monsters that might be in there, like that kind of thing. The truth is D&D makes way more monsters than even Midnight or I could keep up with. So if you just say
Yes.
something, chances are it's there.
Probably. The thing that keeps coming back to me is like a phoenix. Like they're so cool.
Yeah.
Phoenixes are really cool.
Phoenixes
and
are really cool.
And luckily those are in the game and they're
Those are 100% in the game.
So
Yes.
nailed it.
Yes.
Phoenixes are real cool.
Phoenixes are awesome. I am an enjoyer of good birds, so I feel like I legally have to say owlbear because they're just wonderful.
They're just one of those funky creatures that like
they're just fun. They're just great. I love them. Very fluffy. Do enjoy.
Yeah.
Next question. The chat moved and I missed the question. Let's read the proper question. No, you're good. For the production team, how long does it take to write an average episode from Sulfage?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm looking at the wrong spot too. You're right. So I think this is my question.
This is your.
Literally,
your
you're the
game.
only one here who has written an episode.
And you've written all the episodes.
I've written all of the non-one-shot episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, there isn't really an average. It kind of depends on my week, what I have to do, what I've already done, and like how big of the brain rot is. The fastest I got it done was like 3 days for a 30-page script.
Yeah, and we all were like, be fucking sleep.
That sounds like a lot.
It was a lot.
This is just how B operates.
Sometimes I hit the vibe and I know what I want, and I know if I sleep on it, I will forget what I want, and I have to get there before I sleep, and then I end up writing 30 pages in like 2.5
This
days.
is why outlines exist. So you write down all this stuff in your head in a short outline or in bullet points, and then you fill it out.
Yeah, that was the one part of English class I never got good at. The final essays, though, always made up for the points. I just improv, man.
Yeah, you always
What were you
write
gonna say,
things in
Mel?
order.
Yeah, I do. What were you gonna say, Mel?
Oh, I was agreeing with you.
Oh, let's
Yeah,
go.
honestly, same. Planning sucks. Just
Planning
BS
does
your way
suck.
through it and you'll be fine.
Having had to write essays and stuff in university, I am learning to really appreciate outlines.
That's fair.
That is very fair. But yes, I do write in order. It's the worst because like I think it's because the scenes I want to do, I try to think of them as rewards for getting to the stuff I don't want to do. So it's like if I write 5 more pages, I'll get to the scene I need to do. That I'm
You know, you could
excited
just
for.
do the scene you want to do whenever, right? You don't have to write things in order.
Yeah, but it's also it's for some reason in my head the act of copy pasting like and moving around script bits is way more work in my head than it should be.
You don't
You
even
know what I
have
mean?
to copy paste. You just
No, you could
click
just
where you
move.
want to write, and then write that bit, and then click in front of it or behind it.
Yeah, I mean probably.
Listen, the brain works in mysterious ways sometimes.
I for some reason, yeah, I don't know. I think the shortest was 3 days. The longest was like 2 months. Cause I hit a fucking snag in that CF episode, man. In episode 5.
You okay? To be fair with the CF episode, you had difficulty in how to start. That was the snag.
Yeah.
And then you went to me and you were like, "How do I do this?" And I was like, "Well, here's some ideas." And then you got it finished in like the rest of the week. So
So should we average it out to say like around a week?
Sure. Let's be
I'm pretty sure
generous
your
and say
average is a week.
Yeah.
Because I got updates whenever you were along the way. Your average was probably a week.
Fair enough. Okay. So that answers that question. This is not a brag, this is a cautionary tale. Do not be
B has stolen all of the motivation from everyone everywhere, and we all wish that we had ours back, and then he just has too much.
Yeah.
Yep.
Next question. Was this based on a D&D game before it became an audio play? Did you play through it as a campaign before you wrote a script for it, or was it completely original? And that was by AIM.
So
Go ahead, B. You explain this. Gun emoji.
this is not, there was no campaign. There was no nothing.
I get a random ping on Discord in like the middle of the fucking night. Hey, midnight, I just made up a new character. And I'm like, cool, V. And I'm like, he's like, hey, it's so cool. We get to do time travel. And I was like, okay, V. He's like, do you want to be a part of it? And I was like, okay, V. I'll make a character. I'll be the person in the chair back at home. And then I hear nothing for 3 months. And then 3 months later, he goes, yeah, I have an entire script. And I've also put together every single guest star that's going to be in there, and this is when we're all recording, and it's going to be done at the end of this year. And I was like, what?
I've coordinated like 50 people. It's a whole thing.
Am I wrong, B?
You were a little more in the loop than that. So with Mo here, I can tell this story. The funniest thing about the production side of getting all this together, Mo, is that Perrin is a character that has existed before this project, and like,
I love that.
yeah, they've been in the brain space as just like a text RP character, and then I was like, ooh, I could use them, and then so Mo, you're this part's actually very good that you're here. Your thing is in like the casting voice work, the casting sites and such, you know? Like that is, I assume, like you're where you kind of focus your efforts.
Yeah.
The funniest thing about this, and you could tell me how things were from your end, like please do. I will be very curious about this. But like Midnight and Juno were with me the night the auditions wrapped up, and I remember looking, like, the three of us being like, there was more people than we anticipated.
That's really just this entire project.
Yeah, this whole project is one long string of like, oh, why is there people? This shouldn't have worked. and then it, like, we kind of talked through the bits, everyone got casted, it was super fun, and we're really glad you're here, bro. Hell yeah. But like, this is my first time I've ever used like a casting site before. For like, because usually with projects like this, I tend to just grab my and
Why do you think I'm here?
yeah. Tend to just grab my friends. So like, I challenged myself to use like casting sites for Parallel to Anywhere just to try it and see what happens. And I'm happy about it because I got to meet cool people, but also like it's really intimidating at the time.
We're kind of merging into the next question.
Yeah,
so
you're skipping ahead.
We're skipping ahead. So, but we're going back to, was it a D&D game? No, but B is a kind of person who just makes random characters D&D, like in D&D, and then just kind of uses them because he recycles them all the time.
Yeah.
Case in point, Perrin. So I think
I'm not gonna let a good character concept go to waste.
You aren't. But so I don't know. I'm actually talking for B at this moment in time, but I imagine you always considered Trevor to be in D&D in that space.
Yes, Treff was always like, Treff was made to be a chronomancer wizard, and like, they were gonna be the character I would use if I ever ended up guest starring on other shows and stuff, like, because I have done that a couple times before, and I was like, what if I just had one character who did all these guest star bits, and that was gonna be the extent of Treff's like whole thing. They were just gonna be
made it into a show.
I did do that, yes. So I think we can move on to the next question.
Yeah, which you already sort of started answering, but the question is, what was it like putting together in terms of production? Did you have certain people in mind for voices, or was it completely different? Again, from Prince of Rats.
Yeah, so we can jump back to this, because now I'm curious. Mo, like, you were on the other side of this.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I don't know. I don't want to put words in your mouth. So, like, I take it was just kind of another one of the many you threw your voice at.
It was, but I saw, like, Perrin was, like, one of the first auditions I ever put in for, which is, like, crazy. But I remember submitting the audition, and I went to my friends. I was like, guys, this is a really cool character. I think this is, like, the best character ever. And I'm, like, really super excited because this character exists in the world. And I was like, I'm not getting cast for this. And then, like, I don't know, it must have been a few weeks, and I was like, what? Anyways, I'm very honored that you chose my audition.
It's so nice. I was expecting just like I didn't know what these idiots were up to.
I actually like really love Perrin.
That's really
Perrin is great. We like Perrin. Rosara doesn't like Perrin, but it's okay. I like Perrin.
Look, in character anger is fun to write.
It is fun.
As for Midnight, Midnight, your take on this is very funny to me because, like, you have been on and off the loop, basically.
I mean, to be fair, besides Juno and possibly another couple of people that B knows, if there's some person that B's gonna grab to do some random project with him, there's a high percentage chance that it's gonna be me. I'm up there.
Yeah.
And without spoiling anything about the podcast, B and I have a character dynamic trope that our characters tend to fall into.
Yeah.
And Rosara and Treff play very well into that. So I don't know if you intentionally picked me for that thing for that trope. I don't know if you did that, but
No,
yeah.
because we tried so hard to make them not that trope when we started writing them.
Listen, dear audience, he tried very hard. I did not. I knew where this was going. He was just in denial.
You guys
I
have
was
so many characters that are the exact same thing. It's the same thing.
In B's defense, one of those character pairings is actually just me making both characters.
Yeah, but it's still the same trope.
It is still the same trope. I think, like, B took it and went off in a direction. Anyway, we're getting into obscure things that no one here knows about.
Yeah. Juno, though, you have the fun side of the story where I came to you and was like, thing, and then was like, art, please?
Listen, you get privileges, you fine.
I am paying for that. Like, you know that. I
understand. It's fine.
You sound like Sushi whenever I told him that I was 100% gonna pay him back for the... He did a music clip for me, and I was like, I'm gonna pay you for it. And then he sounds exactly like what Juno just said.
He's like, sure, It's wild how this whole thing came together, because you were like, oh, it would be so fun if, like, I got to, like, do, like, a whole bunch of one-shots, but in, like, a single podcast. Like, wouldn't that be neat? And I was like, yeah, that would be neat. And then, like, 2 months later, you had, like, organized everything somehow. It was wild.
It was very wild
to
like, be honestly, behind it. And the thing is with B, you just get, like, messages about you just get updates, random Discord pings, and I'm just like, oh, okay, that's cool. And then, like, 3 days later, there's a Discord server. You have, like, 50 people in it. But I don't even know any of them. I'm like, who the hell are these people? I don't even know you knew these people. Who the hell are they? Not that they're not all lovely people.
They're quite lovely. The Discord server is great. But, like, I think also, I don't know how much you want to talk about this, but part of me, I'm just interpreting here, but part of me thinks this started, like, last winter when you tried to organize that, thing for the Frostwalkers podcast.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that. And then
this is basically just, like, the successor to that idea that never ended up panning out.
That idea was cool in concept, but way less manageable than this.
Yeah.
So, again, I know Mo knows nothing D&D related, but I think that'll make this even funnier for you to imagine. So Mo, I'm going to target this at you, but picture this.
Okay.
Oh no.
So in D&D, there's usually groups called, like, parties or tables or whatever. And that's a group of... let's lowball it and say, like, 5 people. 5.
Sure.
Okay, look. Okay, actually, it's 4 people. Generic D&D party is 4 people.
4 people, 5 with the DM, because the DMs are included in this.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, 5. Yeah,
so like, the 4 people in call here plus 1 would be your average D&D party size, you know? So imagine that I thought I could wrangle... God, how many do you think were in there when this started?
Know,
you know?
Man.
I'm gonna...
Like, 10?
10 plus?
More than that?
Probably more. Like, groups of people. Not 10 plus people. 10 plus clusters of 5-ish.
60 people. Let's say 60 people.
And we were gonna try and do a big holiday crossover. And I thought I could manage it.
All at the same... I don't even know if you were gonna organize it into, like, different episodes. Like, you were like, no, they're all gonna be in one episode.
I don't remember what the plan... I think we had said that there would be different episodes. That was just a case of too many cooks in the kitchen and everyone had their own cool ideas, but it was just too much for one project and just kind of blew up. But yeah, this kind of did become... Look, crossovers are cool, shut up.
They are cool. And honestly, I think, like, the I don't want to say like disaster that was, but like it didn't work out for a reason. And so I think you like took that and was like, okay, we're not going to do that again. Let's take the same concept but actually do it right this time. And now we're here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it worked
yes.
out. Yay! Round of applause.
Think that managing 60 people in his spare time to try and get people to do things would be his idea of a fun thing to do.
While writing 30 pages a week for fun.
Yeah.
While
While
the,
having to write all the connective tissue.
Yeah.
Right.
While being in multiple, like, private games and, you know, other life things.
Plus school, plus existing, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look.
Great job.
Look. Don't
we
judge
bully
me.
you because we love you.
I am absolutely hella judging you, but I'm judging you much less because it didn't work out.
Yeah. Actually, I will ask one more thing of you, Mo. Have you like done projects like this before?
No.
Valid.
Very valid. And what a project to be your first time,
I feel
honestly.
Like when I first like read the audition file, I was like, I had like did so much research on what TTRPGs were, and I was like, oh, okay. But like this is still my only like D&D type of project that I'm working on.
Yeah. One of these days, this group of idiots will fix that.
Yeah.
Listen, we'll do a cast D&D game at some point.
We'll gradually indoctrinate them all.
Yes. Dear God. You know what? Maybe those parents. You know what? Maybe those parents in the 80s had a point. Next question.
Yeah, for sure.
It is, yeah. Next question. Will there be any crossover with other projects, yours or someone else's? From Jason. Kind of touched on it. It's all a big crossover. But anything else?
Okay, look, it's B who organizes it. So, you know, if B knows who you are, and feels like he can like ping you in a DM, I feel like you have a chance.
B knows a lot of people.
I'll tell the story, and again, apologies since I know Mo isn't super familiar in the TTRPG space, but like I think the not knowing makes this funnier. So this is the truth of how I got the shows for Parallel to Anywhere, because we've announced the shows, I think, though we did it just like on a Twitter image, so I think we should do it like officially soon.
Probably, but like everyone, most of them, I think there's like one that still needs to be recorded, but like
yeah, and that's like one for like the second half of the season, so
right,
yeah.
like it's fine.
But like the truth is, I did a lot of cashing in favors to make Parallel to Anywhere happen. Favors that I doled out with Wilderveer. A lot of these, I don't know if you've noticed, but a couple of these shows that are working with us now were shows where we DM'd a one-shot in Wilderveer for them.
I did notice that.
Yeah, so this was me basically being like, pay the piper. But no, Mo, let me tell you how I masterfully managed to get these crossovers to happen. I went to twitter.com.
A horrible decision, really.
Yeah. Already off to a great start. I went to twitter.com. I went to the private messages of these, like, because a lot of the shows will have their own Twitter feed to like post announcements and like new episode launches and stuff. I would go to their DMs, and what would follow is 20 minutes of anxiety-ridden, like, typing and deleting and typing and deleting and typing and deleting before something that vaguely looked like a pitch appeared on my screen. And then I would hit the send button, close the internet on my computer, and walk away. And pray to God that nothing blows up because oh God.
Mhm.
That was a tried and true master method of
Great
how.
job.
Yeah.
And
Fun
by
fact.
what luck those people answered.
Yeah,
Yes.
most I will admit some groups, of course, busy lives couldn't commit to certain things. That's very valid. But like
Mm.
I got way more yeses than I ever anticipated. The show was going to be 10 episodes. I don't know if you remember that, Juno. Like in my
Yeah.
head, it was going to be 10 with the scripted episodes, which would mean that there would have only been like 5 one-shots. Because like
Mhm.
there's like 5 scripted episodes. Man, now that I'm thinking about it, why didn't we do that? Anyway.
That probably would have been easier. To answer the question about is there crossovers with our own projects, you will
Yeah.
find that some of the scripted episodes are 100% B's own projects, or one of them is mine/Sushi's personal project. So our projects are the scripted episodes, more
Yeah,
likely, because
'cause
we
we
get
found that
more control
easier
over
to-
those.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If it's a show that's not something we've worked on, it's a one shot, and if it's a show that we've produced in the past, it's a scripted episode.
Yeah. I don't think we can comment about the future too much because like we don't know anything. But like I know B has ideas for season 2. So
Yeah, it's something I want to do because I think season 1 leaves the door open really well. Anyway,
Mhm.
On the whole, yes, a lot of crossovers, a lot of self crossover because why wouldn't I touch back on worlds I love and care about? Duh.
also free promotion.
I mean, like you didn't have to say it.
I didn't, but I did.
Next question.
Next question. Are there any other universes or games you would like /dream to be a part of the show from a random schmuck?
Ooh, okay.
Just pure fantasy.
Critical
You want
Role.
to be part of the show. Yeah.
I was gonna go there.
Sorry, I had to say it.
It had to be said.
It had to be said. Technically, Treff is a chronomancer wizard. So like that is
Technically, yeah.
Technically, Rosara is as well.
yeah, so that they're from the Wild Member. For Mo, oh god. Hey Mo, let me backpedal a bit. Critical Role is like
You
there
know,
isn't a good analogy for this.
Mo has to know who Matt Mercer is. There's no possible way they don't.
Not everyone is as indoctrinated as us, Midnight.
I know a lot of things. I don't think that's one of them.
Matt Mercer's a very famous voice actor, though. There's a connection there. Like, he does other things.
Never mind. I'm not good with names.
Okay,
That's
he's
valid.
He's in Overwatch. That's a pretty big
He's McCree
video
from
game.
Overwatch and a lot of other things.
That character's name is Cole Cassidy. Anyway, we were not going to get into
Nerd.
Blizzard controversy today. That's not where we're going. But anyway, basically, Matt Mercer runs a D&D group with his friends, which are all famous voice actors, and they're very famous. They get like millions of views.
Yeah.
They are the made it big of TTRPG space, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
In fairness, they were big, and then they got big again in a very specific community.
Mhm.
You know, when they put it that way, it's like a little less.
Listen.
Okay, to be fair,
Still a dream.
Yeah.
to be fair, I think not to be mean to any of the other voice actors on the show, but I had only heard of Matt Mercer.
That's because you're a Fire Emblem.
Okay, listen. I did eventually figure out that I did know. I'm forgetting his name, but he plays Thor in literally every animated cartoon of Thor. So Travis, yeah. So I would have known Travis, but that would have been about it. I knew no one else.
You do realize Lucina is Laura Bailey, right?
Who?
Lucina. Yeah.
Listen.
That's the same voice actress as Jester.
I mean, listen, I'm very bad with names.
Moving
on.
Names are hard. Any other shows or universes or anything that like
For no
if Trent
sake,
and
let's-
Rosara could go there.
Yeah,
Where would
for
you
no
want them
sake,
to
let's expand beyond for the sake of
Sure,
hypothetical.
beyond TTRPG space in
Yeah,
general, because it
basically,
is
is there-
multiverse. You can go
It
anywhere.
is multiverse, yeah. So is there like a Mo? The way to answer this would be like, is there any like series you like / show you enjoy that like if you could make a character or have this character appear in that universe? What would it be?
No, but I think it would be pretty cool to have like. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna think of words.
Very
It's
valid.
fair.
Like the projection of like the person.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
think we should make a way to make them come to our
Yes,
Oh.
do the inverse.
to the meta episode.
Oh, a meta joke. Oh God.
That would be fantastic and also
That would be great.
brain breaking.
That would be oh my God. Oh no.
Yeah, yeah. So, I will answer. Of course, not all of my favorite shows could have made it into season 1. Some of them I was too scared to ask. Look. Anyway, though, I think the one big miss that like still hurts a little bit was if we if we did more season 1, I would have loved to have worked with Inspirals again. They're friends of
Yeah.
mine. Inspirals is good. Transplaner is awesome. 20SA, my homies, love you guys. Just like a lot of my friend groups would have been the thing, but also like if we're dreaming,
That is what the question is asking.
yeah.
Definitely dreaming.
Look, one day I will be able to pop in DMs to you guys and be like, hey, so there's a recording on this and this day, and I'm not going to tell you who it is, and then it'll turn out to be an Adventure Zone thing, and then
I was gonna say, I'm like, where's a McElroy on this list?
yeah.
I knew that the McElroys were gonna show up. I knew.
They're
Look,
so good. They're wonderful people.
yeah, and if we could, Juno, this is a shared trauma. If we could ever find the chance, Evelyn and
Yeah.
Paulson, please.
Yeah, I miss dice camera action.
Anyway, we'll talk about that part off air. Anyway, next question.
Yes, this is the final question for producer side of things. But how much do the students of Hacura know about the multiverse? Is it a common knowledge that there is one? How hard is it to travel in between dimensions? Some fun lore for the audience.
We are doing lore now.
We're doing lore. We're getting into this helps get us into character because we got some
It
character
does.
questions
Yes.
coming up next.
I can answer the last question, but B's gonna have to do the first two. It's very hard to travel between dimensions. We're using empty magic. Okay, not everybody knows acronyms. Magic the Gathering rules. In that you have to be a planeswalker.
Yeah.
Or you have to, cast Dimension Door, which I think the lowest level dimensional travel spell, that's like 6th level, right?
I don't know,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's high up there.
It's high up. It's 6 or 7. Like if you're a person who can cast a 6th level wizard spell, for reference for Mo, that's out of 9. I figure you're pretty high level. It's pretty
Yeah.
hard. It's not.
hard.
You don't go to another dimension for a Sunday stroll.
No. Also,
mean,
tiny. No, what's up?
Hmm?
What's up? Sorry, I fumbled when I was trying to talk. So
Oh, I said I think Perrin might go to another dimension for a Sunday stroll.
That's
Parent bite.
valid. Yeah.
Parent bite.
Parent bite. Also, I'm gonna blow your mind. Midnight Dimension Door is 4th level.
What the?
But it doesn't actually go to other dimensions.
No, you
Wait,
teleport. You
have I been
teleport
saying-
300 feet.
Have I been calling Dimension Door?
You're thinking of Plane Shift.
You're thinking of plane shift.
Why is Dimension Door not open a door to other dimensions? This is
just
false
teleport a little
advertising.
bit.
What's at the coast? I am going to write a strongly worded letter. This is ridiculous. This is This is unsustainable. This is tyrannical.
Planeship
Blatant
is 7th.
lies.
Planeship is 7th level, by the way.
Okay, so I was right. It is 7th
You were
level.
Right.
Everything
Just
but
had
the
the
name.
names mixed up, which is fine.
I got the names mixed up in the sense that I have been continuously saying for 6 months that Dimension Door is a spell that lets you travel the multiverse. It
No,
is
you
not.
just teleport.
Gosh damn it.
So all that's to say, you never learn how to be.
No.
I DM D&D. Do I know anything?
No,
I know absolutely nothing.
it's fine. The truth is, you
I
all
have
know
not a
nothing.
crumb of knowledge.
The truth is, we all know nothing together. That's
Exactly.
The secret.
If we all
Yeah.
know nothing, then like no one knows that no one knows nothing. Like,
Exactly. It's all lies.
it's all
Anyway,
lies. How much do the students of Hacura know about the multiverse be?
they know it exists because it's a pretty common thing in the D&D world. Like the Feywild is like proof enough that there is a multiverse. You know what I mean? Or at least other planes. And then from the concept of other planes, the multiverse is kind of a natural extension. So it's like, I imagine it's one of those things that people know exists but don't know how it works. The same way
or
you
even
and I
what's
would be
out
like,
there.
right. The same way, like in real life, we'd probably be like, no, yeah, we know like how atoms work. I mean, like we know that they exist. How do atoms do things? I didn't major in that.
He says in call with the person who took quantum chemistry.
Listen.
Nerd.
Shut
You're
the fuck up,
stupid.
B! I do know how atoms work, unfortunately. I even could do the math at one point.
Wow.
I can't do the math anymore. You lose it if you don't practice it, but I did used to be able to do the calculus.
That sucks. That sounds awful.
Calculus is better. Calculus. This is not the time for my calculus is not that bad rant. I have one. It's
Fair.
long.
We'll
It
do that-
explains a
we'll
lot
do
of
that
things
off
about
air.
math.
We'll do that
Off
off
air,
air.
off air.
Off air.
That's an inside voice.
Yeah.
That's an inside voice for midnight.
Yep. Shall we get into some fun stuff?
Oh boy.
Sure. Fantastic.
We threatened the audience with calculus. let's
I did.
Audience calculus.
I threatened the audience with sitting
With
through
math.
me talking about math.
Ew.
not midnight even doing math, talking about the
Talking
concept
about
of
math.
That's more fun than doing math.
That's
You know,
Right?
that's actually fair. Yeah,
I
that's
don't want
fair.
to do math.
But hearing someone talk about how math like made rocket ships sounds cool.
Anyways, let's get into it.
Okay.
To the students in the canon, how did you hear about Hacura? What about the school piqued your interest most? From Mitch.
So one little out of game note. Perrin is not a student at the school. Perrin has a more unique backstory than that. So I think if some of them do not fit, we can like come up with a twist for it to make it something Perrin could answer, maybe. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Mhm.
I think one thing before we I just noticed that we didn't do this. Okay, so the question about the students at the multiverse was done by Lex.
Oh yeah.
Oh, apologies.
And who asked the question about what we want Dream to be a part of the show? That was a random schmuck.
Yes.
And Mitch did the last
Yes,
question.
apologies.
So, no problem.
You're good. There's a lot going on.
There's a lot of words that I have to
yeah.
read.
So we will answer the student question, and then I think the next
I
one
think
could
there's
be
only
pretty-
one student question.
Yeah, I think the rest are
I
pretty
think this is the only one that's specifically about the students.
okay. So yeah.
Mhm.
So how did you hear about Hacura?
It's hard not to hear about it. Like, it's kind of a really big school, and it's one of the major schools for magic, so it was there or nothing, to be honest.
Well, there's Strixhaven, but also like that's expensive.
Do I look like I want to prance around and cast spooky spells about inklings. No, it's time magic all the way.
That's true. Strixhaven does not have a chronomancy program.
Sucks to be them.
What about it piqued my interest? So affordability.
Affordability was less of a concern, and more it was that I thought the classes were interesting, and I knew I wanted to study chronomancy, so
I didn't know what I wanted.
we know.
Next question.
Next question. What is everyone's favorite familiar, and why is it a garbage griffin from a random schmuck?
Garbage griffins are wonderful. For parents' sake, familiars are just good animals that are pets.
Small.
So
if any of you could have a fun magical pet, what would it be? Let's simplify it to that.
I like dogs. I think a fun, maybe like magic elemental dog. That'd be cool. Like a little fire dog. So maybe it'll burn my sheets. But like the aesthetic though. Like a fire dog. That'd be cool.
You can't see the banal expression on my face, but you just said the most basic thing to ever pick. And it was completely in character.
Okay, you do one better then.
I don't know. I'd probably make something out of clockwork. Real pets are hard to take care of. Clockwork pets are forever. You don't need to worry about them.
Right, you don't have to feed them. Are easier
Excellent.
to take care of.
But like taking them on walks is like most of the fun.
Taking them on walks, fixing the mechanical innards like a watch. Tomato.
I guess it's bonding. What about you, Perrin? Any cool animals you'd enjoy?
Do I have to pick one?
I mean, like, you gotta like some animals.
I mean, you could probably just say a crow, and then everyone would just go, "Yeah, that's in character," and everyone will believe you.
Well, will it leave me alone?
Maybe. No, I mean, it's magically connected to you, so I don't think it can.
Maybe it would be a crow, but a crow that would leave me alone. I get to pick it.
Is it?
So an edgy crow.
Crows are already edgy. How did you make one even edgier?
Even edgier. It's perfect for parents.
Calling in my bee.
Adding on to that, what is your favorite color? Sly asks.
Oh no.
Let's take a guess of what parents' favorite color is.
Black, like my soul.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Come on. Okay, black is a shade, not a color. Let's go there.
No, absolutely not. You're just incorrect.
What do you mean incorrect? I'm trying to help us get a real answer out of Perrin.
Listen, we may have all known Perrin was gonna choose black, but like the dedication to the aesthetic you have to respect.
I guess.
You're gonna say something silly like, I love all the colors, it's a rainbow. So, you know, you were gonna go for exactly the same cop-out answer.
I was gonna say red and green. Just like green. What the fuck?
This is a weird question. It's blue, but whatever.
That's fair. Everyone's answer is perfectly in character. Again, are you drinking enough water? Maybe getting enough rest?
Perrin, do you practice self-care?
Sleep is for the weak.
So that
I
means a full 8 hours, right?
I travel dimensions for a living. Do you think I get sleep or drink water?
You said it was for the week, so by your own logic, it means you must guzzle that water and sleep for tons of time.
that's not how that
I'm not
works.
weak. I'm so strong.
Also, no and no. I
drink that.
subside entirely off of energy drinks and coffee, and sometimes a mixture of the two.
It's vile.
You learn to like the taste.
Are you the person who... I just can't help but think of the 5-hour energy meme, filling a big gulp with 5-hour energy.
Oh no.
I mean, for science.
Okay.
Oh,
I
man.
do drink water, I don't sleep.
We'll work on that, everyone. We'll listen.
We
We'll
absolutely
do-
will not. Thank you. Have a
I'm gonna
nice day.
try.
No.
To each of the characters, what is your favorite monster in D&D? Or magical monster in general?
Uh-oh.
Similar to the familiar, I suppose, but just something
Yeah, I
that's
think we
cool
kinda-
that you maybe don't want to own as a pet, but just something you think is cool.
Something that has the vibes, maybe isn't a pet.
Yeah, what is a monster that fits your aesthetic?
Ooh.
That you wouldn't have to take care of it for pet purposes, but just vibes only.
So Perrin, there's a lofty list of undead waiting for you. All the
Anyone that will, just demolish you.
I mean, you could pick a Tarask if you really, really wanted to.
See, Dracolich has the energy, though. It's like an undead dragon. It's got the bones and the dark magic. That fits Perrin's vibes, I feel. And theoretically could crush me into the dirt, though that is a possibility we would like to avoid.
Tarasks are like the size of like a small town, though. If you want to go overkill, you go with the Tarask.
But this is about the vibes.
Overkill is a vibe.
You know, that's fair. You could probably fit an entire band playing heavy metal music on the back of a Tarask.
If that's a
Lovely.
if that's a reference for something, I don't get it.
It's not. It's just an observation. It's not. It's just an observation.
Favorite monster? I don't know. I suppose Beholder's kind of got that whole eye thing going.
You would pick the disembodied head.
It has eyes that shoot lasers.
Am I the only one who's gonna pick something like kind of cute? Like, I don't know. I like displacer beasts. They're like cats. They're like big jaguars, but they can like flicker in and out and stuff. It's kind of neat.
They can maul you to death in seconds too. They're great.
Why is everyone after me today?
You came into the call.
I mean, I expect this from Perrin. Like, that's your MO, Perrin.
Boo. I hope I saved you so bad. You fell and broke your leg.
Why did it work? Not the breaking my leg part, though.
Because you're an idiot?
Question.
Question and our not our final question. My apologies. I cannot read. Our second to last question. From Silver Solfage, what is your favorite class? Or if you are not currently enrolled in school, what was your favorite class that you took at some point in time, Perrin?
If you did like school stuff, like, you're a math king, science king.
I like English.
That fits.
Oh,
Did you write cool poetry?
I wrote 12 sonnets in 3 hours.
I can't even be mad. That's just impressive.
Oh, I bet. Anyway. Wizarding classes. The ones where I get to learn magic.
I'm still not getting over the 12 sonnets in 3 hours thing. What's the division? That's about 4 an hour.
I bet you can do that.
Probably
I'm
not.
amazed. I'm amazed that you could do the math.
I had to use my fingers, but like, shut up.
You are a chronomancer. It's all about math. Why are you like this?
Anyway, my favorite class was recess. Let's go. Anyway,
Ah.
am I right up top? Up top, youths.
That was so painful. I cringed into my seat.
Realistically, though, I think I actually kind of agree with Perrin. Writing is fun, but I don't think I could do sonnets. I'm more of a, kind of maybe like long form, like novel style storytelling. That's fun. I don't think I could. I don't think I have the rhythm for poetry, so that's just mad impressive. I eagerly await the collection book.
Yes, you're gonna have to write a novel of all your adventures one day.
Oh no, I was talking to Perrin. I eagerly await having Perrin's poetry on
Yes.
in our shelf. I'm certain.
Mhm.
I'm certain that won't cause alarm amongst anyone we know.
Are you sure? At least 7 were about how bad you annoyed me yesterday.
Okay. Wait, that was yesterday? I had thought that this was like a feat years in the past. This was recent. Oh shit.
Yeah.
This is a recurring thing. Next question. I'm kind of getting intimidated over here.
Ugh.
Next question, and this is our final question for the night. From Chara_universe. What is a random fun fact about you?
Ooh, I have lots of fun facts. I'm a fully developed character, baby.
Oh, for the love of God.
But for the sake of it, I will let you go first, Jazar.
Why do I have to go first?
Because I'm very curious what you think is a fun fact about you.
Fun fact. I once cast a chronomancy spell, and I accidentally rewound time to before I cast the spell, and I almost caught myself in a paradox.
How'd you get out? Or did you just fix it?
And I just fixed it. It was quick enough that the teacher didn't even notice I'd done it, so it was fine.
So, like, if that had continued, would you have just destroyed the universe? Like, what
Plausibly. That I would have to have gotten really unlucky, though.
Are we sure our school has insurance?
I'm sure
At
the
this
teacher
point, I
would have
don't think
eventually
so.
noticed that the time was that time was like looping and wasn't going forward. Probably.
Aaron would have just showed up and everything would just be like 2 seconds of a YouTube video replaying over and over and over. Then they'd probably punch me for some reason because they just assume I did it.
To be fair, I would have assumed you did it too.
What don't you do?
Drugs.
You don't act like that.
I'm gonna move past that. That was a little hurtful. Fun fact about myself. Shit. Fuck.
Were you not thinking of it when I amazed you all with my wonderful story about how I almost doomed the universe once?
No. Yeah, that. Oh, I know Spanish. See, that would have been that. Yeah, that's a good. Bueno. Good job. Good job, me. I know Spanish.
That works.
Excellent.
Karen, any fun facts that you would like the audience to know?
My fun fact is that I'm not fun.
Well, we all knew that already.
That is a fact. So I guess they have cleared the bar.
Yes. I do
Once
have a
again-
joke for you before
Oh,
we end.
okay. Oh, please.
Okay. Why did everyone love the mushroom?
Why did everyone love the mushroom, Baron?
Because he
Because
was a fun guy
Mm.
and didn't break the rules.
Listen.
And
You need to chill.
So I think what we have just not so subtly been told is that Perrin is coming for us, and there may be noxious fungal chemicals involved. So I think it's a great time we wrap up the call.
I think so. Anything else that you all would like to say to the audience before, you all head back to whatever you were doing before?
This was fun.
Was it?
Don't be like Trevor.
I came out here to have a good time, and honestly, I feel so attacked right now.
I mean, yeah, but it's funny.
Okay, wow. I thought you two didn't like each other. Apparently, you guys are just
All right,
being
kids, don't mess with chronomancy magic unless you know what you're doing. And even then, don't do it.
Have fun. Enjoy every moment, because you never know when Rosario is going to timeskip the universe into a 2-second loop. I'm a little depressed that your fun fact didn't involve Potato Boy.
That's a hilarious fact, the fact that your nickname is Potato Boy. It doesn't qualify as fun. It's better than that. It's too good for that question.
Well, I guess I was able to get it in there anyway, despite it's a powerful thing.
Not that you would know.
Not as powerful as my fist in your face.
Okay, we are wrapping this up.
Run.
Da, na, na, na.